Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Sioux Falls Christian. We are about a little over about 2.5 minutes, 2:40 from the start of tonight's game between the Parkston Trojans and the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. This game was originally scheduled to be played right before Christmas, and due to weather, it got postponed till this evening. So Parkston comes into this game with a record of 8 wins and 4 losses. Sioux Falls Christian comes into the record of 11 wins and 1 loss. The Trojan starting lineup tonight will be number 2, Gracie Oakley, a 5'7" junior guard. Number 5, Lauren Zebart, a 5'5" sophomore guard. Abby Hone, a 5'10" senior guard. Maya Turinger, a 5'7" sophomore forward. And Faith Oakley, a 5'8" senior forward. Trojans are coached by head coach Brooke Horseman, assistant coach Joe Shepherdson. Sioux Falls Christian comes into this game with a record of 11 wins and 1 loss. That 1 loss coming to number 2 ranked Wagner at the time. And they will start number 10, a 6 foot senior forward Ellie Lems. Number 5, a 5'9" junior guard Jackson Swift. Number 3, a 5'10" senior guard Peyton Popma. Number 0, a 5'6" senior guard Mariah Harrison. And number 20, a 5'6" sophomore guard Maya Nelson. Sioux Falls Christian is coached by head coach Dan DeYoung and assisted by Ryan Fetters, Zach Perry, and Dana Schneider. We are under a minute to go before this one starts. And Mr. Voss will be on with the starting lineups and national anthem, and we'll get this one underway.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sioux Falls Christian High School. It's tonight's basketball game between the Parkston Trojans and the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. At this time, we ask that everyone please stand and remove your cap as Jackson Swift offers a prayer before tonight's game.
Let's pray. Dear God, thank you for bringing Parkston here safely. Thank you for giving us the ability to come together and play basketball. Please keep us safe on the court and help us glorify you through the game tonight. In your name we pray. Amen.
And now, with everyone standing, we ask that you please face the flag as we honor America with our national anthem. A reminder to all in attendance of proper respect is to stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. All veterans and out-of-uniform military personnel may salute the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
And we are about ready to get this one started. Parkston in their away blues. Sioux Falls Christian in the home whites. Again, Sioux Falls Christian comes into the record of 11 wins, 1 loss. And Parkston comes into the record of 8 wins and 4 losses. Ellie Lems will jump it up against Abby Hone to get this one started. And the tip is controlled by Sioux Falls Christian. Jackson Swift will set the offense for the Chargers. Ellie Lems dribble penetrate. Kicks it out to Potma. Potma all the way to the hole. Scores it. Sioux Falls Christian comes out in a 2-2-1 full court press, which they typically do. Parkston breaks it. And they will set the offense on the far side. Gracie Oakley, 5'7" junior guard. Over to Zebert. Inside, looks like that ball might have gotten blocked partially by Swift. Potma out to Swift. Swift tries to get it into Lems. Couple too many bodies between there. And Parkston comes back the other way. Dribble penetration. Kick out, 2-pointer on the way, no good. Battle for the board. And offensive rebound by Turringer. And Parkston will reset the offense. Sioux Falls Christian comes out in a man-to-man defense, start the game. Parkston being very patient here. Shot clock under 20. And Maya Nelson's going to be called for the personal foul. Her first, team first. And it'll be Parkston basketball underneath their own basket. Inbound shot up, no good. Battle for the board. And Oakley comes out of the pack with it. Two-pointer on the way, no good. Ellie Lems with the defensive rebound. Lems takes it up herself. Pushing it hard. Out to Potma. Potma over to Swift. Swift to Harrison. Harrison dribble penetrated out to Potma. Potma takes a 15-footer. Hits it. Peyton Potma's got her second bucket of the night. 4-0. Sioux Falls Christian up. Peyton Potma goes for the steal. Didn't get it. And back the other way, Jackson Swift on the block. Over to Mariah Harrison. Harrison out to Swift. To Potma. Potma 3-pointer on the way. No good. Harrison out to Swift. Swift to Nelson. Back to Swift. Over to Lems, right wing. Lems out to Swift. And Jackson's going to step on the end line, out of bounds. Turnover in the game for the Trojans. Kira Oakley and Berkeley Zebart. Berkeley's just an 8th grader. Battle for the board. Maya Nelson comes out of the pack on the scramble. Maya Nelson up the left side. They get it into Potma. Potma goes up strong, nothing there. And it's going to stay Sioux Falls Christian ball. In the game is going to be Bikey and Vanderleest out, Harrison and Nelson. Sioux Falls Christian inbounds underneath their own basket. Katie Vanderleest will do the honors. And they get into Lems. Lems to Potma. Potma to Swift. Vanderleest over to Potma to Bikey. Get it into Lems. Lems goes up strong, scores it. And she'll have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Sioux Falls Christian that time worked it back around to get it into Lems.
Here's that shot again. Lems going up strong.
foul was called on number 33, Faith Oakley. That's her first, team first. And Ellie Limbs to go to the line. The 6-foot senior misses the free throw. And coming out of the pack is Abby Hone up the right side. She'll take it herself. Katie Vanderleest is on the ball. Dribble penetration. And we're going to have a travel call. Turnover, Parkston, Sioux Falls Christian basketball. Decent crowd on hand tonight for a Monday night game. Ellie Limbs on the penetration. Over to Vanderleest. Out to Limbs. Limbs thought about the 3, takes the 2, and is fouled on the 2. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Here's her drive again. She decides, she looked like she was going to go up top, and she cut through 2 defenders right to the bucket.
That was called on Berkeley Z-Barts. Limbs will shoot 2. We got Harrison Nelson ready to check in. Limbs hits the first. Potma Swift out. Harrison Nelson in. Limbs will take the second. 7-0. Sioux Falls Christian leads this one. Second one is good. Ellie's got 4. Potma's got 4. And they got a trap sideline. And we're going to have a push on Vanderleest. That'll be her first. Checking back in is Oakley. And Oakley for the Trojans. Inbounding is Z-Bart. Gets it into Oakley, and they'll set the offense. Sioux Falls Christian stays in the man-to-man. Nelson out to Vanderleest, to Limbs. Scores it. Limbs has 6. Timeout called by the Trojans. It's going to be a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, that was a really nice bucket right here, as you're going to see in transition. Pass up ahead, and then the little pass to Limbs right at the last second there. Starting out, the Chargers right here getting it done. Peyton Popham, the senior. Nothing but net right there. And then on the defensive end, Jackson Swift comes over. She doesn't hit the pass, but she gets there to block the shot.
The old Michael Jordan swipe there.
Yeah, stays in bounds. And then on the other end, you see Brianna Harrison getting a nice offensive board right here. So the Chargers clicking on all cylinders right now. Up 10-0.
10-0 coming out of a timeout. 3:35 to go. Oakley will inbound. Sioux Falls Christian stays in the 2-2-1. And we're going to have a foul called on Bikey. No, they called it on Harrison, not on Bikey. That'll be team third. Bikey on the chase. Harrison's going to be called for the foul. That's her second. 2 quick ones on Mariah. Potma checks in, Harrison checks out. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Bikey comes out of the pack with the rebound. Brenna full steam ahead up the right side. She'll get it over to Vanderleest, top of the key. Vanderleest over to Nelson. Nelson dribble penetrates all the way, scores it. Maya Nelson, first bucket of the game. It's 12-0. 3 minutes to go. That ball will be thrown off of Katie Vanderleest's leg, out of bounds. Nice trap. That time Chargers had on.
They've still got a little ways to go to get it over half here, so you got to do so quickly. Boy, Coach DeYoung wanted the 10 call on that one, didn't get it.
Brenna Bikey on the strip. Bikey over to Swift. Swift out to Nelson. Nelson 3-ball on the way. Good. She's got 5. 15-0. 2:25 to go. And Katie Vanderleest is going to be called for her second foul of the game. Her and Harrison have 2. That'll be team number 5. And we're going to have Aubrey Van Beek, I believe, checking in for the Chargers. Aubrey in, Katie Vanderleest out. And Peyton Potma comes up with a loose ball. Potma up the middle. Potma stops, hits Swift. Swift 3-pointer on the way. No good. Coming out of the pack is Hone. And it goes to Oakley, and Oakley will set the offense for the Trojans. 15-0, 150 to go. Quarter number 1. And we're going to have a foul called, I believe, on Swift, but I'm not sure. We'll see who they get on that one.
And Coach DeYoung going to his bench again for Ellie Lems.
Swift on her first. Team 6th. That'll send Maya Turinger to the line. And she misses the first.
Here's the play again.
Lems in, Bikey out. And for the Trojans, Berkeley Zebart in. Maya Turinger will get the second. And she scores it. 15-1, 140 to go. Quarter number 1. Brenda Bikey out to Swift. Swift 3-pointer on the way. No good. Coming out of the pack is Kira Oakley. 3-pointer. Good. Gracie Oakley.
Good pass.
15-4, minute 15 to go. Maya Nelson breaks the pressure. Out to Potma. Potma out to Swift. Swift to Van Beek. And she's going to have the ball tied up. They get it over to Ellie Lems. Lems scores it. Lems has 8. 17-4, 55 seconds to go. Van Beek on the ball. They get it stopped in the corner. Almost had it trapped. And we're going to have Bikey back in. Nelson out. 17-4, 46 seconds to go. Two-point basket is good by Turinger. That's her third point of the game, 17-6. Ellie Lems up over to Potma. Potma penetrates middle, puts it up, scores it. And she'll have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Yep, here it is again. Potma coming across the top of the lane here. It's a little floater, puts it up nice and soft.
Potma's got 6. Make it 7. Oh, that's a double dribble. There you go. I shouldn't make calls from up here, should I, Mr. Voss?
That's all right in there, obvious.
You know, you just called Peyton Potma's basket a floater. Her mother, Wendy,
she was a floater
back in the day. She could sky. She could hang there.
Get her teeth caught in the net.
Yeah. We got 6 seconds. Coach DeYoung wants some play, and I don't think it's happening.
Oh, look at this. Nice pass. Couldn't quite convert. Look at this pass right here at the end. It was a good look. Ellie Lems was calling for it. She had her arm up.
We got foul being called on. I don't remember who they called it on, but I think they're calling it on Oakley. Lems will shoot 2. Nope, they aren't going to give it to her.
Yeah,
so.
I didn't think she got that second shot off in time. So
End of 1, 20-6. Sioux Falls Christian leads. In the booth tonight, we've got Kim Swift, and we've got Bree Johnson. If you know anything about Bree Johnson, she's an all-stater from Minnow. I think she still holds the 3-point record there.
tonight there are all-state statisticians.
I'm not sure if the record is just at Minnow or if it's in the state of South Dakota.
Does she know John Thune? He's from Minnow, isn't
Is he from? I think he's from Murdo, isn't he?
Murdo. Oh, not Minnow.
Yeah.
Murdo. Well, we had a couple of exciting plays here right at the end. This was a shot right here by Peyton Popema to finish this first quarter. The Trojans get going late. I think it was under 2 minutes before they scored their first basket, and they come away with 6 points in the last couple of minutes. They're still down by 14, though, as we start the second half.
Here we go. Start the second quarter.
Or second quarter, rather.
Oh, nice dribble penetration. That time by Zebart.
Lems on the run.
Popma left wing. Over to Swift. Swift to Bikey. Bikey takes it baseline. Good idea. Tried to get it over to Nelson. Bikey coming out of the pack. Over to Nelson. Nelson to Lems. Lems up to Swift. Bikey three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound Zebart. She takes it up right side. They get it into. Nice move. Into Hone. And back to Turinger. She gets the 2-point bucket. She's got 5. 20-8. Just under 7 to go. From Ivan Voscourt.
Timeout.
Timeout called by Coach
the
Dion.
Chargers.
30-second timeout. Ellie Lems kind of got stuck down there with no help.
Lems has 8 points already on the night. Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, she's got 8.
See that correctly?
She's got 8, and Popma's got 7. And leading the way for the Trojans is Maya Turinger with 5.
We have a request for a scoreboard on the stream, so we'll go ahead and put that up now. Thanks to our platinum subscriber, Shelly Skinner.
Shelly Skinner. Nelson gets inbound. Lems 2-point bucket on the way, no good. Popma out to Nelson. Nelson 3-pointer, no good. Coming out of the pack is Zebart. She takes it up the right side herself. Gets it over to Turinger, and they set the offense in the far basket. 20-8, 6:25 to go. 3-pointer, no good. Nelson coming out of the pack. Over to Bikey, and we're going to have a kicking call against the Trojans. It will be Sioux Falls Christian basketball. Nelson will inbound. Nelson into Swift, out to Popma. Popma dribble penetrate. Puts up the left-hander, and she's going to be called for a travel. Turnover, Sioux Falls Christian, 6:09 to go. Harrison in, Bikey out. Mariah comes back in with 2 personals. And a travel called. It'll be Sioux Falls Christian ball.
A shout out to our high school principal, Jeremy Van Nieuwenhuizen. He also enjoys the scoreboard, along with Dan Mortensen and Cindy Yoder.
All scoreboard lovers,
They all like the scoreboard.
Huh. And turnover. Ball out of bounds. It'll be Parkston basketball under the near basket. Inbounding Gracie Oakley. Sioux Falls Christian stays in the press. Looking to trap at half line. And Parkston breaks that. Nice pass. And we're going to have a foul called on Peyton Potma. That's going to be her first.
Here it is again. Nice little left-handed pass there.
That's team 7th, so Parkston will be in the bonus 1-1. Remaining 5.5 minutes. First one up and good by Turinger. That's her 6th point of the game. Van Beek checks in. Limbs checks out. And Turinger will get the second one. That's no good. Mariah Harrison chases down the loose ball. Mariah Harrison takes it up herself and gets it over to Swift. Swift to Nelson. Nelson to Van Beek. Van Beek to Nelson. Back to Van Beek. To Swift. To Nelson. Back to Swift. To Harrison.
Shot clock is down.
Harrison took it hard. Nothing there, and Parkston comes out on the left side. Swing pass opposite side, three-pointer on the way. Bank shot is good by Gracie Oakley. Nelson lost the handle, and it's going to be a timeout called by Coach DeYoung.
Yeah, Coach DeYoung sensed they were in a little bit of trouble right there, so bails them out with a timeout.
15-point lead. We were up 15-0 in this one. Now it's 20-12.
Well, we have some of our viewers out that really like the suspense without a scoreboard, so
You know, it's like
we'll
anything. You got people on both sides of every issue, whether it's a scoreboard or whatever it might be. One thing I didn't tell you about Bree Johnson is she was a Spirit of Sioux winner her senior year.
Was that like, what was that, like 2016, 2017? What year was that?
I'm not sure.
A couple years ago? All right, Chargers break the huddle here. I think the ball is going to be put in bounds right in front of the Charger bench.
Katie Vanderleest checked in the game during that timeout, as did Ellie Lems. And we're going to have a double dribble called on Vanderleest. Turnover, Sioux Falls Christian. Gracie Olson will set the offense for the Trojans. Takes a high pick. Turringer chases the loose ball down. Get it back into her. Ball's knocked away. Vanderleest comes out of there with the pack. And that is going to be scored by Oakley. Her first bucket of the game. 20-14, 15-point lead down to 6. Van Beek out to Vanderleest. Vanderleest into Harrison.
Wide open.
No good. Ellie Lems comes up with it. No good. Harrison comes up with it. And she's going to shoot 2.
Boy, Harrison here on this was wide open. But defender rotated over there to challenge her.
That foul is called on Berkeley Ziebert, her second, team fourth. Harrison's first free throw is good. First point of the game for Mariah. Popma checks in, Swift checks out. 21-14, 3:43 to go, second quarter. Harrison's second one off the mark. Berkeley Ziebert comes out of the pack with the board. And that ball is taken away by Popma. Popma strong up the right side. She gets it looking for, getting a little ragtag. Vanderlee scores it.
Nice left hand layup.
First bucket by Katie. 23-14. Back to a 9-point lead. And Harrison's going to be called for a push. That's going to be her third. She didn't see the pick coming. Nobody told her about it.
That was.
I think the girl that got hit wishes somebody would have told her about it.
The bowling team was in action tonight.
That
may have been a replay right there.
That was a collision right there. But it's really not her. Somebody's got to tell her it's coming. And that will send Kira Oakley to the line. And she misses the free throw. And we're going to have a jump ball called. Sioux Falls Christian basketball.
Well, it's definitely been a little bit different game since the last 2 minutes of the first quarter. It was all Chargers early on with a 10-0 lead. Now it's just a 9-point lead, but the Trojans definitely putting a little more pressure.
We're getting beat on the boards again tonight, I believe, on the offensive boards. Limbs, right side, takes a high pick from Vanderleest. Out to Popma. Popma to Nelson. Nelson lost the handle. Coming out of there is Hone. Hone picked up by Limbs. Aubrey Van Beek back in the game, and we're going to have a foul called on Limbs. That's going to be her first. That's going to be the team 9th. So we're still shooting the 1-and-1. Bikey, Swift in, Vanderleest, Van Beek out. 2:43 to go. First one up and good by Berkeley Ziebert. That's her first point of the game. She'll get the second. That one's off the mark. Limbs comes out of the pack with the board. Limbs up the right side. Over to Nelson. Nelson takes the high pick. Over to Swift. Swift to Nelson. She gets it into Popma. Popma puts up the 2.
That was
Popma
nice.
Scores it. Popma's going to go to the line.
Here it is. She got pushed in the back as she was going up for this. Somehow that manages to go in, and a chance for the good old three-point play.
Nice free throw by Peyton. She's got 10. 26-15, 2:21 to go. First half. Nice dribble penetration, shot made. Abby Hone, that's her first bucket of the game. Popma, or Swift into Popma. Popma takes it up middle, out to Swift. Swift over to Nelson. Nelson over to Popma. Popma three-pointer on the way. No good.
Oh,
nice shot by Peyton. She has to take that one. It's a good shot. And coming back the other way was Ziebert for the Trojans. They're looking at posting. That one goes through.
Right between the legs.
Yeah, right. Almost looked like a miniature golf shot right there.
Let's watch this again. This probably wouldn't happen if you tried it 10 more times.
Yeah,
between
right?
both of them.
Wow. And Parkston picks up, it's like a man-to-man press coming out of that turnover. And they get it into Limbs. They're going to look to trap. Get it up to Nelson. Nelson over to Potma. Potma to Bikey. Bikey to Limbs. Limbs shot, no good. And we come back the other way. .110 to go, first half, 26-17. Three-pointer up the way, no good. Bikey on the rebound, over to Swift. Swift gets it up to Limbs.
Nice pass.
Limbs scores it. Nice pass. Limbs has 10. And we're under 50 to go. It's 28-17. 11-point lead. Sioux Falls Christian's largest lead was 15. Nearing the half-minute mark. Jackson Swift on the steal.
She's looking again. She's open.
Swift to Nelson. Nelson to Swift. 18 to shoot. Potma to Swift. They're going to run number 4. I have a feeling that's going to end up with a post-up with Limbs. And it is. And we're going to have an offensive foul called. Nope. It's a defensive foul call, but that's only number 6. And that's going to be called on number 33, I believe. Faith Oakley, her second, team 6, so 4 seconds to go. Potma went up twice, got it blocked twice. And it brings us to half. 28-17. At halftime. We'll be back in a few minutes.
All right. The girls, Chargers taking the floor. The Trojans taking the floor. We're ready to start the third quarter with Mr. Wafstra.
All right, we are back. 28-17 to start third quarter. Sioux Falls Christian coming out, trapping everywhere, getting after it. And we're going to have shot taken. Mariah Harrison on the board, out to Swift. Swift up the right side swiftly.
I see what you did there.
And we're going to have a foul called on number 5, Lauren Ziebert, for her first. And it back into the hands of Swift to Limbs. Limbs thought about it. Over to Potma. Potma gets it taken away in the middle of the paint. Out to Swift, but it's stolen by Hone. Coming back the other way. Ziebert. That's taken away by Limbs. Limbs full head of speed. Goes up, no good on the layup. Put back by Nelson is good. She's got 7. And it's 30-17, 7 minutes to go. Third quarter. Sioux Falls Christian looking to trap again. Parkston swings it. 2-pointer off the mark, no good. Allie Limbs comes out of the pack with the board. Limbs takes it up herself. Dribble penetration out to Maya Nelson. 3-pointer, no good. Harrison on the rebound. Harrison back out to Swift. Swift dribble penetration out to Potma. Potma to Nelson. Nelson to Swift. Swift 3-ball on the way. No good. Coming out of the pack is Ziebert. Takes it all the way. No good. Potma on the rebound. Potma going the opposite way. And we're going to get play called for. And they get it swung over to Limbs. Limbs looking to post up. Gets it into Potma. Potma out to Nelson. Nelson over to Swift. Swift to Harrison. Out to Limbs. Limbs 3-ball on the way. No good.
The Chargers getting some offensive boards.
Nelson gets the scrappy board, puts it back up. That was down to 2 seconds on the shot clock.
And the steal.
Nelson on the bucket. Maya's now got 11. 34-17, 5:20 to go. Sioux Falls Christian putting a lot of pressure on. And that ball's knocked out of bounds. It will stay Parkston basketball. Mikey Vanderleest in. And checking in is Berkeley Ziebert. And I believe it was Kira Oakley for the Trojans. Parkston gets it in. Mikey on the steal. Gets it over to Vanderleest. Vanderleest take it up the right side. Sets the offense for the Chargers. Katie Vanderleest in the paint. Over to Harrison.
That's a good take by Harrison.
She's going to get fouled. That's going to go on Gracie Olson. That's going to be her first.
Here it is again right here.
You mentioned Shelly Skinner was watching a while ago. Is that correct, Mr. Moss?
Yeah, well, I think so. Her and her husband, Chris Skinner.
Shelly was an All-American at the University of Sioux Falls back in the day. I think if you...
it was Sioux Falls College back in the day. But
I think if you would go visit the Stewart Center, I believe there's a picture of her still in there. So.
Oh, yeah. There's probably a statue or two.
No good on the free throw by Harrison. Limbs comes out with an offensive board. Over to Nelson. Nelson dribble penetrates, nothing there. Over to Harrison, back to Nelson. Nelson into Harrison. Mariah's trying to get a handle on it, puts it up and good. Mariah's got 4. 37-17, back to 20-point lead. Biggest of the game.
Another steal
Harrison
right there.
Knocks it away over to Vanderleest. They get it into Limbs, tried to get it to Bikey. Lim's going to get called for 3
Yes,
seconds. He
get
says
out of
get
there.
out of there. Vanderleest 3 on the way, no good. Harrison, good hustle play, and that's going to be.
They're going to talk about it, I think.
They're going to talk about it. Might have to call it into New York.
I thought Harrison may have gotten it.
And it's going to be
knocked
Parkston
off of their
basketball.
leg, but don't. Well, the Chargers definitely coming out more aggressive on defense here, knocking the balls away and doing a good job of converting them into buckets on the other end.
Now we're going to have timeout called by Parkston. 37-17, 4 minutes, 9 seconds to go, third quarter.
Who else we have in the house here tonight? Mr.
Well, we had the volleyball team and the soccer team, girls cross country team, all honored at halftime for all state champions this fall. So that means we've got a few coaches in the house. Efren Pryor was here, and Jeremy Roberts, and Luke Vanderleest, and Tim Ackerman. Sarah Mulder was here, and we've got Darcy Wassner sitting down here below us, Brittany Vollmer, Jacqueline Punt.
Wow,
Darcy Wassner, I believe that was her 11th state championship out of 13 years.
Those are some Hall of Fame names right there.
Hall of Fame names, yep. So, good fall sports season for the Chargers. And winter is going pretty well as well. Let's see what the next couple months brings.
We got a big game on Friday night. The boys will host Jefferson. That was originally scheduled in January and got rescheduled for this Friday. So join us on Friday for that game.
And we're back. Berkeley Ziebert being picked up by Potma. She goes up, shoots the 2, and scores it. That's her third point of the game. It's a 37-19 game. Swift over to Potma. They get it into Lims. Lims is double teamed. Get it out to Vanderleest. Vanderleest 3 ball on the way is good. She's got 5, 40-19. And we got a steal by Potma. Over to Vanderleest, no good. A nice play though.
Maybe a good shout out to Vanderleest's grandpa and grandma. I believe they watched the games from somewhere in Iowa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, speaking of Vanderleest, Coach Luke Vanderleest this fall was named Coach of the Year. And I can't recall if that was national or if that was state.
I forget the organization that I thought that was national, but
Ellie Lims pulls up and hits the 2. So congratulations, Coach Vanderleest, for that award. He's taken our cross-country team to new heights. I guess when you're talking cross-country, it's new links. A lot of links. Peyton Potma, left wing, thought about it. Penetration middle, and she's going to be called for the travel. Mariah Harrison set to check in, as well as Nelson. Also coming in is Turinger. And I believe it was Kira Oakley checked in for the Trojans. 42-19, 2:38 to go. So Falls Christian stays in the man. Dribble penetration up and good by Oakley. That's her 4th point of the game. And we have a 42-21 ball game. Nelson gets it into Harrison. Harrison turns, gets it out to Nelson to Swift. Swift into Harrison. Back out to Swift. Swift 3 ball on the way. Good. Jackson Swift, first bucket of the game. She's got 3, 45-21. Bikey's doing some chasing. And Peyton Potma's going to be called for the foul. That's going to be number 2 on Peyton.
Replay right here, but it looked pretty clean. Right there.
Yeah.
she kind of wondering what she did wrong too. The senior getting her 2nd foul.
First free throw up and good by Kira Oakley. That's her 5th point of the game. Second one no good. Mariah Harrison comes out of the pack with the board. Mariah over to Jackson Swift. Jackson Swift up to Peyton Potma. Takes it strong. Peyton Potma scores it. Peyton's got 12. Leads all scorers for Sioux Falls Christian. Ellie Limbs has 11. And we're a minute and a half to go. Quarter number 3. Three-pointer on the way is good by Gracie Oakley. That's her 3rd 3 of the night. She's got 9. And Sioux Falls Christian breaks the press. Peyton Potma was getting chased. Swift on the drive. Swift goes up. And Jackson touched the ball while she was out of bounds. So Ellie Limbs checks in along with Ellie Lounsbury for the Chargers. And Potma and Swift check out. 47-25.
Yep.
And Mariah Harrison's going to be called for her 4th.
You almost see that coming right here. She's knocked a lot of balls away tonight, but that one just a little too aggressive.
Vanderleest checks back in. And she takes a seat. Ellie Limbs on the steal, and then it's stolen back. And the Trojans come back on the attack. That ball is tipped by Bikey.
Oh, saved almost.
Three-pointer on the way, no good. Vanderleest on the rebound. Katie comes out strong with it, up the left side. Goes all the way, she's going to be fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. That is called on Gracie Oakley. That's her 3rd.
Did you get an update from Mr. Van Nieuwenhuizen?
Yeah, so just to set it straight, is Luke Vanderleest was selected by the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association as the 2022 Girls High School Cross Country Coach of the Year for the state of South Dakota. So that comes straight from Jeremy Van Nieuwenhuizen, who always has his news straight. And we're going to have a blocking foul called on Lounsbury. That'll be her 1st. Team 3rd of the half. So 27 seconds to go. Parkston will inbound from underneath their own basket. 49-25. 2-point basket up and no good. Lounsbury on the rebound, out to Vanderleest. Vanderleest will take it up herself. Up to Nelson. 17 seconds. Shot clock is off. Lounsbury to Nelson, to Bikey. Bikey to Vanderleest, to Nelson, to Limbs. Limbs turns.
Oh, nicely done.
Scores it. Ellie's got 14 on the night. 51-25, 8 minutes to go. 1 quarter to play.
And we'll be back after some messages from our sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, half-price pizza at the concession stand. If you're interested, half-price pizza.
Vanderleest at the point. Vanderleest over to Swift, right wing. Swift looking at Lems, over to Van Beek. And she's going to be called for a travel. Turnover, Sioux Falls Christian. It will be Parkston basketball. Parkston swinging it around, looking to get it inside. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound, Popma. Popma over to Swift. Swift over to Vanderleest. Vanderleest over to Swift. To Vanderleest. Dribble penetration out to Bikey, or to Van Beek. Swift to Vanderleest. Back to Swift. Into the Limbs. Limbs out to Swift. Pin to shoot. Turnover. Coming back the other way. 2-point basket's good. By Gracie Oakley. She's got 11. 51-27, 6:55 to go. Vanderleest top of the key. Swift right wing. Cross court to Van Beek. Van Beek over to Swift. Over to Van Beek. To Swift. Swift 3-point. No good. Limbs on the board. And coming out of the pack are the Parkston Trojans up the left side. They're looking at getting it inside. Oakley was posting up hard. Guarded by Limbs. Jackson Swift got a hand on the ball. Van Beek. That was out of bounds, off of the Trojans. Nelson checks in, Vanderleest checks out. Harrison checks in, and Van Beek checks out. Popma in. Swift to Nelson to Harrison. Swift three ball on the way. No good. Harrison on the board.
Harrison again.
She gets a lot of offensive rebounds, doesn't she? Harrison over to Limbs. Limbs takes it strong. Goes up, no good. And coming back the opposite way is Ziebert. Three-pointer, no good, and that's going to be Sioux Falls Christian basketball. 51-27, 5.5 to go. Bikey checks in, Swift checks out. Falls Christian gets it into Popma. Popma takes it up the left side. Over to Bikey, to Nelson, to Popma. Shoot that one, Maya. Over to Limbs. Limbs to Harrison. Out to Limbs. Maya puts up the rebound.
Oh, Limbs with a big rebound.
Limbs with the rebound. Another one. Limbs goes up and scores it. She's got 16. 53-27. Under 5 to play. Coming back the other way. Shot was taken by Turringer. Got her own rebound twice. And we're going to have a jump ball called that's going to stay here.
Chargers doing a good job of going up straight there, not fouling.
Vanderleest ready to check in, and Limbs checks out. And Parkston will do the inbounding underneath their own basket. Nice play. Sioux Falls Christian gets it up to Bikey. Bikey's going to travel on the play. Turnover. Parkston basketball. Swift in, Popma out. Sioux Falls Christian pulls the press back. They're just going to pick up half court, man-to-man on the defensive end. Bikey's going to be called for the reach. That's going to be Brenna's fourth team. So neither team is in the bonus in this half. Nice strong move. Strong move by Faith Oakley. She scores it. It's her first bucket of the game. That's a good strong move on her part. Maya Nelson at the point. Over to Swift. Swift to Vanderleest. Out to Nelson. Back to Vanderleest. Into Harrison. Battle for the ball. Harrison might have fallen on that ball. She comes back strong.
Yeah, she wasn't quite ready for that pass, and she still got on the floor after it.
Into Harrison. Harrison scores
nice.
it. Nice hustle by Mariah. That's 3 trips in a row. I think she fell partially on the ball down on the other end, came back, knocked it away on this end, and goes and scores it on the other end.
Yeah, let's take a look at that last play right here. Here's the pass to Mariah Harrison. She finishes nicely right there.
Lounsbury checks in, Van Beek checks in. Good defense by Brenna Bikey, but scored over by Kira Oakley. That's her 7th point of the game. It's 55-31. Into Lounsbury. Lounsbury out to Van Beek. Bikey 3-pointer on the way, no good. And that ball's chased down by Lounsbury.
Good rebound.
And ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Parkston basketball. Checking into the game for the Chargers is Jenna Sprick. Vanderleest on the steal. Vanderleest goes all the way. Nice left-hand layup by Katie. Just like her father taught her on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's father or mother. It might be a combined effort. They're both pretty smooth.
You ever heard those two sing a duet?
No, have you?
They're pretty good.
Are they?
Yeah.
What song did they sing?
Oh, you can just throw one at them.
I've Got You, Babe. Maybe this year in the variety show they can do that.
Free throw is off the mark by Kira Oakley. She'll get the second. Last foul was on Brenna Bikey. It was her second. Checking into the game is Maya Vendong. Second free throw is up and good. (57-32), just over 2 to play. And Katie Vanderleest will go to the line to shoot 2. That foul was on Kiera Oakley, her first. Vanderleest will shoot 2. First one's up and good. Katie's got 8 on the night. And the second one is good. She's got 9. Katie will leave, and Tessa Negebauer checks in for the Chargers. 2 minutes to go. 2-point basket up and good by Berkeley Ziebert. That's her 5th. Aubrey Van Beek over to Negebauer. Negebauer out to Sprick. Sprick to Van Beek. Van Beek tried to get it to Negebauer. Ball is stolen by Ziebert, and she goes up and scores it. She's got 7, 59-36, minute and a half to go. Into Sprick over to Lounsbury. Back to Sprick. Sprick 3-pointer on the way. No good. 2-point bucket off the mark. Lounsbury on the rebound. Over to Van Beek. Under a minute to go. Aubrey Van Beek up the right side. Pass out to Sprick. Sprick over to Tessa Negebauer. Negebauer, 2-point basket, no good. Maya Vendong on the rebound, and Maya's going to go to the line to shoot 2. 40 seconds to go.
And here's Vendong. She was all alone right there in the rebound and just got swatted. She's going up for that shot.
Foul on Ellie Hobbick. Van Dong will shoot 2. First one up and good. First point of the game for Maya. 60-36. Second one off the mark. Coming out of the pack is Kira Oakley. 3-pointer on the way, no good, rattles out. Vendong comes out of the pack with it. Oh, that's going to go off of her own foot. It'll be back to Parkston basketball.
Just about to say Chargers could hold for that last shot, but
three-pointer off the mark, no good. Battle for the ball. Taken out of there by Aubrey Van Beek. Aubrey looks to go up the right side. She gets it up to Tessa Negebauer. Tessa dribble penetrates. 2-point
she's not going to hold it.
2-point bucket is good by Tessa. And that's going to be ball game. 62-36. Sioux Falls Christian led in scoring tonight by Ellie Limbs. She had 16. Peyton Potma had 12. Maya Nelson had 11. Katie Vanderleest had 9 for the Chargers. And for the Trojans, Gracie Oakley had 3 threes and a 2, so she had 11. Kira Oakley had 8 to lead the Trojans. So 62-36. We'll be back with you Friday night for boys action. Sioux Falls Christian will be taking on Sioux Falls Jefferson. I believe Sioux Falls Jefferson is ranked number 1 in Class AA in South Dakota. Undefeated coming into Ivan Voss Court on Friday night. So we'll see what happens there.
Have a good night.